and the doctor is in an insomnia stream. Soothing conversation to ease you into your REM sleep. Yeah, like that'll happen. So it's been a hectic couple of days. It's nice to slow down and unwind a little bit. Relax a little. Let's take a look at this thing here. What's up, Black Hat? Good to see you. Just a little chill time. Yeah, only on Fund My Comic. Right on. So I don't have an agenda. I don't have a topic. Felt like going live. Felt like hanging out a little bit. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. Be sure you sign up for it. The link for the sign up is in the description, and we're gonna make it. Anthony is my publisher. He's offering a discount code for those that sign up and then later back the project. I want to sweeten that a little bit. I may throw in an exclusive card or something. Hey, Carol, no crispy rations for you. None. Come on in here. I left the link in our group chat thing, or I can drop it right here if you want to pop in. Let's hang out and talk about it. So it's kind of well known. I generally don't dislike people. There are exceptions. I dislike actions. I dislike ideologies. But I damn sure hate inanimate objects. But they started it. And today has been one of those days. So, in my never ending battle to try to reclaim what was once my lush and beautiful lawn after the tornado 6 months ago, I there's every weed. They don't tell you about this that happens after a tornado. Everything that grows gets relocated. So every weed within 100 miles of here, some part of that got deposited all over the area. And now I'm growing apparently something called poke salad. I didn't know there was such a thing, and I don't really know the name of the plant, but that's what everybody around here calls it. And it's got a thick stalk and it grows very tall, but it's soft. You can walk up and snap it with your hand. And apparently people eat it, but it's toxic if you don't do it right. I don't care. I don't want it. Now, I have pets. So looked up pet free, pet friendly herbicides to kill this stuff. Found a formula with dish soap and vinegar and salt. So I was going to make it up, put it in my garden sprayer, and go out there and take care of it. Yeah, the problem is the garden sprayer got destroyed in the tornado, so I ordered a new one. It's poison if you don't boil it 3 times. So, well, see, you know how. Come get all you want. um, but I ordered another. I think it's a 2-gallon garden sprayer, and this one was complete shit. As soon as I opened it, it wouldn't seal. and it was just cheap. So I found my old one that was crushed, and I was able to, between the two of them, cobble together one that worked. So I put this formula, this concoction together, and I went out and I began to spray. My yard smelled like a pickle by the time I was done with all that vinegar. And usually, according to everyone on the YouTubes and the internet, oh, it stinks. Well, is it like Black Hat? Is it like turnip greens or collard greens? Is that the idea behind it? Um, Boil it 3 times and it stinks. I mean, I don't see the appeal. That shit better give you an orgasm when you eat it. So I went out and I sprayed, and usually everyone says between 4 hours and 24 hours later, you'll see a big difference. You'll see this stuff working. So I went out there several hours later, it was more than four. And yeah, I can see some wilting and whatever. So hopefully by this time tomorrow, um, it will have made a big dent in it. So I can get out there with my what's left of my garden tools and try to reclaim a little bit more of my property. Hey, Stephen B, what's going on, buddy? The uh, the link is in the chat. If you just scroll up, you'll see it. If you want to pop in, nice, quiet, chill stream. It's more like elephant ears crossed with cabbage. I never ate it, but my old timers did. Yeah, a lot of people around here apparently eat it. I even had someone stop and say, "Is that poke salad back there?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." "Can I get some?" I said, "You can get all you want." So she hobbled her old ass back there and got some. Hello,
What's up?
how are you?
I just got home.
From work?
No, I went out to eat with my mom and my aunt.
Right on. Right on, right on, right on. So, Stephen,
Hmm?
you ever heard of poke salad?
No,
Just tell
never
you about
heard
it.
of it.
It's a weed that grows big, stalky, big leaves. It's got very soft, juicy stalks. You can break it with your hand. Little red berries that come out on the end of it that are toxic. And
Oh,
apparently, it's toxic, but you got to cook it, boil it 3 times, then you can eat it. And it tastes a little bit like cabbage, says Black Hat. And and I've heard of it. I've never had it on my property before. And
oh,
the tornado transplanted it, but it grows, Stephen. Oh my God, it'll take over, and it grows tall. I mean, like 6, 7
so,
feet tall.
so you're saying it grows like a weed?
Yes, it grows like a weed because at R1. So anyway, I've been fighting that stuff, and I was just telling Black Hat I had Carol says I eated the purple berries. They taste like burning. That's good. That's good. They taste like death. Uh, but anyway, I was telling Black Hat I had a little old lady stop and ask, is that poke salad? Now it's between on that end of the house between me and my neighbor. It's growing, and she wanted to know if she could get. I said, get all you want. Help yourself, because all I'm gonna do is kill it. At this point, I'm about ready to napalm the yard. So you went out to eat. Where'd you go? What did you have? What's the story? What's
Uh,
next?
we went to Olive Garden and I had the grilled chicken margarita.
Now, what in the world is a chicken
It's
margarito?
it's grilled chicken with tomatoes and broccoli.
Ugh, I like broccoli, but I don't think I would want it grilled with my chicken.
The broccoli is not grilled. Is the chicken that's grilled?
Uh, Still, I
It's
don't know.
really good.
When I go Italian, I want tomato sauce and cheese and garlic. screaming at me from whatever dish it is on. You know what I
But
mean, bro?
uh, I honestly, I really, I don't like going out to eat because you can't control your portions.
Oh, so that's interesting. Too much or too little at Olive
Too
Garden?
much.
Too much. Too
Hmm.
much. I'm not familiar with the concept of too much, Stephen. Look at me. Okay,
Oh,
I'm not scared of a buffet. That's what I'm saying to you.
but yeah, I've been trying again to lose weight because now I'm like halfway to 300 pounds, and
Wait,
hmm?
halfway to 300 pounds is 150 pounds. Are you 150 pounds and you're bitching
No,
about it?
no, I'm about 250.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I see where you're coming from now.
Yeah,
See, I'm 6'2", 260.
I'm
So
5'10".
yeah, so I'm getting a little girthy, Steven. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A little girthy. A little girthy.
So, I decided to change my diet from eating cereal every morning to eating
Hello.
this is, I would eat a protein bar before I go to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be at work roughly at till like 3 in the afternoon, and then I would eat something else, and then work on my comics, and try to do like 10 to 25 reps of whatever workout I think I want to do today,
Okay. All right. That's a,
and then
that's moderately healthy.
and then go to bed.
Right on. Right on. Now, my exercise routine is I do sit ups when I sit up in the morning to get out of bed. Lou, what in the world are you doing up at this ungodly hour over across the pond? Good to see you, my friend. The link is pinned if you want to come in and have a cuppa. So I do a sit up. I get up out of bed. I do curls. I lift the coffee cup hundreds of times. I then do my morning walk from that end of the house to this end of the house, and I go to work in my studio, and I sit, Stephen, on my ever widening ass all day drawing. Lucifer Storm, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, is the writer and artist of Ed Gein Demon Hunter, a fantastic book. Lou, drop your link if you want to in the chat. Highly recommend this series uh, of
Speaking of
books.
links, I need to put my link down there too.
Drop them, baby. Drop them like they're hot.
Yeah,
Take your time, Lou. Absolutely.
I'm trying to lose weight, ho- and hopefully I wouldn't have a spare tire.
Let me hand out some wrenches here. Black Hat has been around long enough to earn my trust. We will add him a wrench for you. And Lou has so much style, charisma, charm, and grace that he's got to have a wrench. Bam! There you go, gentlemen. Stephen, you've already got a wrench, so you can drop all you like. So yeah, I was going to come out here and just turn the camera off and read, use my reading voice and read some soothing passages from some inspirational literature. And then I thought, no, that's lame as shit. I'm not doing that. Um, so I finished another page. Well, I say finished. I want to go back and tweak it some more. Um, Yet another page for a damn dirty thing. So we're about we're about a third of the way done with it now, with plenty of time to go. I'm not going to launch the campaign until we begin fulfilling Pariah. I want people to start getting Pariah in their hands so they feel better about
Yeah,
backing.
that's
Uh,
that's that's kind of basically what I do
hmm hmm
is is I wait until the current campaign I have
hmm
ends, and while at the same time you already know I'm working on like what 3 books at the same time, but only one of them is in the writing stage.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Steve. And I've got the pages I'm doing for Rex, which they're penciled, but now originally he wanted me to pencil them but not ink them. Now he just gave me the green light to ink them. But they are my fourth priority. Ahead of that is a commission for Kate, a painting, and then I'm doing some ghost pages for an NDA, and then I've got a damn dirty thing going on.
Yeah.
So busy, 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 busy.
So when uh, when Crimson Legends, the Second Chance campaign ends, then and the pages for Rev are at least almost done or halfway done.
Mm,
And what I mean by that is they're all drawn and inked, and I just need to add color and the lettering.
I got you. Now you do your own lettering digitally, correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. How long does that process take you? How long does a page take you?
Uh, for lettering,
Hmm
it it kind of depends on what I want the characters to say.
hmm
Uh, like if it's gonna be if it's gonna be like a long dialogue, like say I already have a script that's like on my computer.
hmm hmm
I could I could pretty much just copy just highlight it, copy, and put it in the bubble, and that's it. But for some reason, I didn't think to write the script because I ended up having it all in my head. Or and I did write a script, but I can't find it.
Okay.
So all just kind of depends on what the dialogue is.
I got you. But in general, what would you say?
Uh, probably just I would say less than an hour per page.
Wow. You're pretty fast with that.
That's an estimate, and that's probably the wrong amount. But if but more realistically, probably 2 to 3 hours. If I'm like really like really going through.
Roger that.
I can't really put an estimate on that. Really.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's and I get asked that question. How long does it take to draw and ink a page? Back in the day when I was doing a monthly title, of course you do a page a day,
Hmm.
penciling. Um, excuse me, and then you mail it out the door to the inker, and by then you've got the next script, and you start work on the next one. Um, so my thinking was when I started Pariah, well, hell, if I can do a page a day, I'll knock this out in no time. No, 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 no. I'm not an inker, so I have to kind of learn as I go. take my time. God knows I have boogered up some drawings with my inking, but I've got a fairly good handle on a style now that I like. I had a
That's
good had a good inker
uh,
tell me, don't sweat perfection with your inks, man. Just if you draw loose, ink loose.
yeah.
And I thought, well, hell, that works for me.
This basically so how I learned on to tell a story, and I'm pretty sure I said this on the last time we were on my channel. I watch people do it
Yep, yep,
because there's no better. I, uh, there's like no better teacher than your eyes. Your eyes will
yeah. I
and sometimes you don't realize this. Your eyes will break down of what you're seeing.
Sure, sure. I learn the same way that I teach. Tell, show, do. Tell me how to do it. Show me how to do it. Then let me do it.
Yeah,
And and but I don't like to limit myself to just learning from one person because I don't want to. There's
yeah,
nobody out there that inks exactly the way I would ink. There's nobody that draws exactly the way I want to draw. Um, that's not to say there's not great artists and inkers and whatnot. There are lots of them. I love watching old what's his name Finch. What's his first name?
David Finch.
Yeah, David Finch. I watch him. That dude is a machine.
Yeah, he
Um,
is.
but yeah, and you see how tight he is. But then you go watch someone like Sketching Scotty. He doesn't even start with pencil. He just goes straight in with ink and starts drawing, nice
Yeah,
and loose, and makes beautiful images. But they're loose, and I like that. It captures the moment so nicely.
yeah. With everything, I'm self-taught. Uh, I learned how to tell a story from watching artists like Jim Lee.
Hmm.
There's a video on Twitch where he's doing a page for the 1000 issue for Superman.
Yeah, step away from comic books a little bit, Steven.
Yeah. All right.
Do you read books?
Uh, I haven't read much books. I do. There are some that I might want to read.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
all right. So if it's not a comic, I would probably would try to uh I would try to either read a sci-fi novel or a noir.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, I would strongly recommend. I can highly recommend. I should put it this way, not strongly. I highly recommend Stephen Brush's books. They're fantasy sci-fi,
Hmm.
um, and there's a lot of them, and they're short novels, and they're all set in the same universe. They star the same guy, uh, Vlad Taltos, and they're written in the first person for the most part. So he's I did this, I did that. The main character talks,
Yeah.
and it's nice, quick, sharp, smart, witty, funny adventure, and I really really enjoy them. My problem is I've read all mine to pieces. They're tattered. There's nothing left. I'm gonna have to order them again.
Well, the books that I have read when I was younger were the Harry Potter books.
Hmm. Hmm.
I read through I read through most of them. and sometimes I would get lost into the story,
Yeah,
but then when I take a second to look up, then I lose my place.
yeah. The best sleep you'll ever have in the world is fall asleep reading a book. That's the best feeling in the world. One minute you're immersed in this world, completely divorced from your cares and concerns, and the next minute you're wonderfully asleep. I love that. It's better than drugs. Not that I would know because I've never done drugs, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. The last good one I read, and this is the thing too. I have a very select library, and I guess you would say a large library because there's like two or three bookshelves in every room of my house, and they're all full. Um, a lot of those are my wife. She loves Stephen King and Grisham and Patterson, and there's a series she's been reading. I can't tell you the name of them to save my life, but there's like 1,000 books in that series. Um, but I'll reread the same ones over and over again because they're so good. I reread all the Sherlock. I have everything Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle ever wrote. I reread those. I reread Tolkien, everything Tolkien ever wrote. Stephen Brushed. I reread all of those that are in the Dragera series. He's written some other stuff that I don't care for, and I don't read them. Um, I've got the complete works of Shakespeare. Uh, I've got all the classics, and I read them. Very little, and of course Tom Clancy. For fuck's sake, man, I'll read the shit out of Clancy. Everything he wrote. I do not like the ones later on when he had ghost writers coming in working with him because you can tell from one page to the next who wrote which. It's like
I've I've
this
actually
page was Clancy, this page not.
yeah I've actually played some games that I believe were based off his books.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
Uh,
Ghost Recon.
yeah, there's Ghost Recon. There's what's his name? I forgot. Uh, he's a uh, he's a spy for uh, Splinter Cell. Well,
Splinter
that's
Cell.
not the character's name, but that's the story.
Yeah. That's a whole different
Game.
series. Yeah, he had Splinter Cell, and he had another one that was about computer warfare, cyber warfare. Uh, you know, but it's just for me, it's the Jack Ryan universe that I enjoy reading. Hunt for Red October, Clear and Present Danger, Cardinal of the Kremlin, Patriot Games. All those. Uh, I think there's a dozen books in the series, and they're all big, thick, good reads. And then, a completely side note, he wrote a World War III called Red Storm Rising. Still just as good today as it was when it was written. The man could write. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how I was introduced to Tom Clancy was through the games that were based off his books,
Hmm.
and this was the time where I didn't even know that that these were based off of his books because because all right so if you don't know I also gamed a little bit but I haven't gamed a lot since I started my own brand and started drawing comics.
Hmm.
But but at the time when I was playing games and I learned about Tom Clancy, I th- I, I thought he was an amazing game designer. But
I think the last video game I played was Medal of Honor Frontline or something
yeah,
on the PS2. I liked it. It was fun, but I'm not really a gamer. I do have an account, and I go into the game Champions Online, but I more so use it for costume design, and you can fly around the different cities and take screenshots and get all the reference photos you want.
Yeah.
It's kind of my poor man's way of making my own reference images for stuff.
One one thing I grew up with, and this IP is owned by Disney, and this is when Disney was doing a lot of good stuff.
Mhm.
I grew up with Tron.
Really?
Yeah. All right. Well, so I wasn't around when Tron first appeared. I was 1994, and Tron came in at 82, and and when I was younger, we had a VHS, which if the new kids don't know what that is, it's basically a brick that has these foil strips that tell a story.
We had a when Betamax and VHS both first came out. The
Yeah,
machines were as big as your desk,
yeah.
and I had one. It was a top loader. Oh, we got somebody in the back. Let's welcome Carol.
Hey,
Welcome,
Karen.
Carol.
Hello.
Hello, you odd little person.
Why am I an odd little person?
You're so odd,
I
and I
am.
know and I know exactly what you were doing.
What was I doing?
I know exactly. Don't make me out you like that.
I was on the phone.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know. I know.
uh,
Listen, let me
I
remind
was
you. Let me remind you what I did for a living. Okay, I got inside people's heads. All right, I'm already there. It's disturbing, but I'm there. All right, so shake it off. How are you doing, Carol?
I'm okay. We're getting some thundery storms right now.
Right on, right on. Some little thunder poofies.
Yeah.
Hey, Carol, what do you read when you read?
What was I read all the Harry Potters.
Hmm.
I've read a lot of Stephen King. I've read Lord of the Flies,
Oh,
Catcher in the Rye, The Sun Also
oh,
Rises.
oh, yeah, I love that one.
Trying to remember what books do I have. Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that's my wife's favorite.
Um,
I
uh,
actually did a reading of Lord of the Flies back in high school. We were doing like a group reading.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's when I first got into that. It
I
was in
read
high
it.
school.
Yeah, I read it when it was required reading in high school. Never went
That
back.
book was
It's
dark.
yeah, it's dark and honestly, it's a nice cautionary tale, but it's not a fun read. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's
Yeah,
fun.
Catcher in the Rye is not a fun read. It's now the sun also rises is a fun read.
Yeah.
It's the first book I think that was ever published that has no plot whatsoever. You just follow these friends through their horrible adventures of drinking and debauchery. That's all it is. But it's
And
well written.
um, I read a bunch of the Stephen King when he was writing under the other name, Richard Bachman.
Hmm.
I read a bunch of those. Um,
Now, what's your favorite Stephen King book?
the Body.
Now, I don't think I know that one.
It's the one that Stand By Me is based off of.
Oh, did you read the
It's a
fairly
novella.
new one? The fairly new one, 11/22/63.
Yes, I read that. I read Under the Dome. That one was really, really good.
11/22/63, in my opinion, is his best work of fiction.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But I
It
still
was,
like Under the Dome better. I didn't want it to end. I was so mad. I was like, no,
yeah.
it's gonna end.
It didn't. 11/23/63 did not get weird until Jake, the guy, succeeded in his
Yeah,
mission, and he came back forward in time, and the world has gone to shit.
yeah.
So he goes back and it resets everything. Um, but you know the rest of it was just good first person storytelling all the way through. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't remember what other books of his I read. I read a lot of them, tons of them.
Hmm.
Um, for my trip, I'm going to be reading the first book in Game of Thrones.
Nice. Now I've never read any George R. R. Martin.
Me neither.
Um, I was a little put off by him because initially, when he was making a stir and the show was coming out, he made a couple of disparaging comments about Tolkien, and you don't do that to a Tolkien fan, you know.
Right.
But in hindsight, he just said, "I don't understand why he brought Gandalf back and this that, and the other." Well, then you don't understand good storytelling, sir. But I watched the whole series, and the parts of the series that were based on what he actually wrote were amazing. And then it started going sideways when they took it on their own. Let's bring in an old friend here,
I think I heard a blip.
my buddy Lou Storm.
Hey
Good
guys, how's
morning.
it going?
Hey,
All right, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. And it is morning here in the future.
Yes, it is. I like to talk to my UK friends because it means the world will still happen. They're in the future, you see.
Yes, I can completely understand that. Don't worry. If I have things my way, the world will keep turning for a little bit longer.
I agree, Black Hat. I think George has got some writer's block going on, so we haven't seen any. Um, I like the Mitch Hedberg home AIDS test. Do you guys know Mitch Hedberg?
I
no.
know the name.
He's kind of a one-liner comedian. He's deceased now, but he
Right.
said, "I have the home economical AIDS test." I call my friend up and I say, "Mike, do you know anybody with AIDS?" And he says, "No." Cool, because you know me. And I don't have AIDS. Hey, Timothy, what's up, buddy? Moobs.
Moobs?
Yeah,
Oh, now
for-
come on, people. We know that in today's political climate, moobs, that's not very PC, is it? It's morests.
Yes, there's the first Twitter war I've ever been involved in popped up around basically this asshole that apparently was here a while back in the CG world or independent comic creators world, him and his wife.
Mhm.
And they just recently returned. And the first thing the guy does is attack Fanta. And you
Right.
guys know Fanta. She's the sweetest girl in the world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she's a big bully.
she's a super fan. She backs, she supports everybody. She's sweet as she can be. And this idiot attacked her. Called her Antifa, called her trans, called her all this ugly. So everybody pounced on him, of course, me included, because for fuck's sake, of all the people to go after. And
Fanta.
my point was not to white knight. It was to say, hey, you want to attack somebody, attack me. I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
And
White
but
knighting Fanta.
this turned into, man, the earth has dogpiled onto this asshole. And I just backed out of it. I don't have to do anything now. So Timothy made a. I'm not going to show the logo, Tim. I would have to go dig that up and all that shit. But they have a satire book out making light of Ethan and Cyberfrog and all this stuff. That's cool. Do whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah.
And it's called Boobs. And so Timothy remade their logo into Moobs
Wait,
and shared it.
it's a thing that keeps popping up on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, you had somebody do it. I thought you did it yourself, Timothy. But yeah, it was well done, sir. Well played. Well played. But I don't really do the drama thing. I'm too old for that shit, man. This guy came at me. All he had was "You're old." I'm like, well, yeah.
You're old.
What else you got?
What else do you-
What else you got?
I've God, don't you just love it when they do that? They go, I'm going to insult you by throwing a factual statement at you. That will hurt you.
Yes, imagine my surprise to find out I'm old. All that means, sir, is I have successfully lived longer than you.
Exactly.
Yeah, Timothy says it's exhausting, and it is. It's exhausting. My most valuable commodities in the world are my family, my faith, my talent, and my time.
Hmm.
And they all run pretty neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? My time is valuable to me.
Yeah.
I don't like spending it with stupid people.
Okay, I'll leave. I get the hint.
You suck.
If I'm allowed to be around, you're allowed to be around.
Yep.
Carol,
Carol.
it's so good to see you, Carol. How's the spider?
I don't know where it is.
Have you two sorted your differences out, though?
Well, no, I think he's angry because he sent a beetle after me in the middle of the night. It landed on me in my sleep.
The son of a bitch. Do you need me
That
to go round
bastard.
there? Give him a dry backhander.
I'm gonna just burn the house down. It would be my third house fire.
Now, Lou, have you met Stephen?
Yes, me and Stephen have met before. Stephen,
Yeah.
how the devil art thou, good sir?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm awake and I'm dressed. That
That's
is the
the
best
point.
anyone can ask of me. Just gone 3 a.m.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the point. I need to back your book.
Well, I won't stop you. I won't stop you from that.
That is very early, Lou. What, you just couldn't sleep?
No. I always get up at 3 a.m.
Well, no, I'm an early riser here, but I get up at 4 or 4:30.
Yeah.
3 is a little bit absurd, my
It
friend.
is. Like, I originally started getting up at 4 a.m. And then for some reason, my body just went, you know what would be really fun? Is if you woke up an hour before your alarm clock went off. So I was like, I've got you. I'll just move the alarm to 3 a.m. Ha, I win.
Yeah,
Now-
now that there's like a lot of books I need to back, and one of them is the new Mike Barron book that what was it called,
Bronze
Star.
Star. Yeah. Yep. Lou, I was going to ask you, does that mean that you can currently go to bed earlier?
Oh yes, I normally hit the sack around 7:30, 8 p.m. and then I go to bed.
Yeah, it's still with you.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry. The conversation starts down here, and then it just goes further and further down.
Down, straight down the damn toilet.
Don't let my accent fool you. It makes me sound suave and posh, but it's a lie. It's a lie. I'm scum of the earth, really.
Timothy, feel free to drop your link. I think you've got a wrench, don't you? Yeah, you've got a wrench. Drop your link, bro. As long as, my criteria is so simple. Just don't be an asshole. You can have a wrench. You can hang out. You can be my friend. If you don't want to be my friend, cool. Pick one and suck it. Just move on.
You need to start a show, Doc's Life Advice, and it'll be like Peter Griffin's Grind My Gears in that episode of Family Guy.
Actually, I have such a thing. It's called.
What's up, Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc? Oh, you're looking.
You serious?
Oh, fantastic. Right, what list of problems can I give you? I might have to make up a few, but it will be fine.
I did a stream, a few months ago now, solving all of the world's problems in 30 minutes or less. And I feel like I succeeded, but nobody got on board. No one has elected me king of the world yet. I don't know why.
Give it time.
Bitches. I'll vote for you, Doc. Don't you worry, mate. I got your back.
Give it time, Doc.
Or,
Give it time.
It starts
I
with
threw
this.
out all the ballots because you cut my rations.
Listen, you don't get a
And
vote, okay?
I
You're
won.
just a woman.
Oh,
That was step one of solving all the world's problems. Take the vote away from women.
Casey, are you watching this?
Step 2, parents start whipping your kids again. Just beat them. Survival of the fittest. Beat them.
Mhm.
I want to know what step 3 is. I'm intrigued.
Dig a hole.
One of my serious suggestions was this here in the States, and I think it would work in the UK also.
Hmm.
People will also always say this about the young generation. It doesn't matter what generation it is. They ought to have to go serve in the military. No, look, I served. We don't want draftees with us. But I think a 2-year minimum service, you go to a boot camp, you wear a uniform, and you do civil service. You go
Okay.
out and you pave roads and you dig ditches and you do infrastructure.
Well,
And
what are the inmates gonna do then?
you earn a living, same base pay as a military person. You have your little ranks in there, and if you want to stay in it, you can. But you've done your 2 years. You went through a legit boot camp run by the Marine Corps, so
No.
you now got some discipline about you. You know how to work as a team. You understand responsibility. You've got some military bearing, and you're a better human being for it. And in return for that, we get a more productive youth society.
I don't know. My gym class.
Timothy says, as long as we can take the comb away from the bald people.
Well, I mean, I don't understand that, Timothy. I don't need a comb, sir.
What the comb?
Just like women don't need the vote. Just like women don't need the vote.
What the comb for you guys?
I think one thing that would definitely help UK, US, anywhere, is we really need to take a serious look at our education system.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yes.
Because it is so fucking awful and backwards.
Yes, it is. And by the way, I think they said the nationwide IQ average dropped for the first time in history this past year
No.
in the US. Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, we all thought back when the internet was being born, imagine having the sum knowledge of the world at your fingertips. How smart the next generation will be. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Fucktards. Fucktards.
Well, it's like I keep trying to remind people, school, college, university, these are not places for smart people.
Timothy says a crackdown on teachers would be a start.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Keep your social agenda out of the schools. Reading,
Yes.
writing, arithmetic, history, science,
I
and
keep
art.
seeing
And civics.
And
seeing
financial education.
How to balance a checkbook, how to pay your taxes,
Yeah.
home economics, shop. All the things that were there when I was young. Why not? It worked.
I keep seeing videos on Twitter where I don't know what school it is and this is whatever, but it had the teachers welcoming students with rainbow balloons
Yes,
and
Lord.
and yeah, rainbow balloons in the hallways and
Yeah, I know. It's everywhere. Ron DeSantis passed a good law that said basically keep your sex lives out of the classrooms for minor children. Imagine the backlash of something so common sense. He didn't say gay lifestyle. He said your sexuality at all. Gay,
Yeah.
straight, unicorn lover. Who gives a shit? You don't talk to kids about it.
Yeah.
You let the grown-ups, the parents, handle that. But you've got a wave of teachers protected by the teachers union. I don't know if you have this in the UK, teachers unions.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's they're protected by the union, so they say things like, "I don't answer to the parents." I'm sorry, what? Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Big time.
I find out you've been grooming my kid. You're going to answer all right.
Yeah.
and parents are starting to take their kids out of schools and Probably put them in private schools or
Yeah, school choice has got to be a thing. The teachers' unions need to be
homeschooling.
broken. Yeah, teachers' unions need to be broken. School choice needs to become a thing. Homeschooling, absolutely. Just, when the government stops educating and starts indoctrinating, that's where you go. Now, by the way, it is statistically true. Please feel free to check me on this. Prove me wrong. Ever since the founding of the National Education Department of Education, whatever the hell they call it, every single year since the federal government got involved, graduation rates and literacy rates have gone down every single year. What does it tell you when one room schoolhouses in bumfuzzle with a wood burning stove were producing smarter kids than public schools are today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
it's stupid.
Right. I had to do a convention. I'm not going to say which one that I did this year, but it took place at a school. Okay. Over the weekend, so all the kids, they fucked off home and everything, and these convention organizers, they got this big ass school, and like on the outside, this school looked absolutely gorgeous, right?
Hmm.
I get inside and they've got all the tables ready and saying, oh yeah, we're going to put you here and we're going to put this artist here and stuff and blah blah, and we're
Hmm.
setting up our tables and all that, and I set up quite quickly. So once I'm set up, I'm like, cool, I'm early, I'm going to go outside, have a cigarette or whatever. And I see the wife of one of the artists that I know outside. And I go sit over by her because she's having a cigarette. And I'm like, you all right? And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, okay, what's going down? Like, did you have an argument with your husband or whatever? She's like, no, you don't get it. I don't like this place. I was like, okay, why? And she was like, come with me. So we put our cigarettes out. And I didn't notice it because I was so busy on putting up my table
Right.
and everything. And she said, they've still got all the signage up that the kids have to see every day. And she went, read some of it, because some of it you think, oh, that's not too bad. And then you find these little ones where you're like, okay, we're in fucking Germany in 1939, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like there was one that at first I didn't think much of it. It just said, we walk to the left with pride. And I thought, okay, that's kind of like a traffic system thing. You can't read too much into it. And then it just had one that said, we keep our hands, feet, and opinions to ourselves at all times. And that's when I was like, hold on, something's not right here.
Wow.
And there were
Wow.
loads of these signs everywhere. And then I was like, okay, this is mental, right?
Yeah.
And I go back to my table for a second. And I'm like, okay, I need to take a leak before they open the doors and all the carnage begins and people flood in.
Yes.
And I go to like where their toilets are. And I'm like, where's the door? There isn't one. There's just this massive fucking hole. And you can see all the urinals, all the cubicles, everything. And there's a couple of ladies in there. And I'm like, oh, shit, sorry. I thought this might have been the gents. And they went, no, you don't understand. They're unisex. There's 2 toilets here and they're unisex. And I was like, and everyone can see what you're doing. And this is a mixed gendered school.
Obviously.
Like,
Geez, yeah. Listen.
All of a sudden, I was like, okay, I don't feel comfortable here. But now I have an urge to draw a SWAT sticker somewhere just to give them the message of like, you do realize what you are doing, right?
As long as it's a rainbow swastika, it's okay. Now, Black Hat, I am curious. He says schools indoctrinated when I was in school, and he's within my age range, so I want to know what indoctrination. Let me bring in another guest here. Hey, Pops, welcome.
Pops,
what? You got an issue?
Here.
We've all got issues here.
What's happening?
What's up?
Just a chill stream conversation.
Well, I went into my StreamYard to make a couple of shows for tomorrow, and I seen that there was people live, and I just, look, I'm gonna come out and hang out with you guys. Rich, make your own stream. No, Rich wants to do a sneak attack tomorrow at 11 a.m. draw stream, so ask me to do that.
I drank a little too much coffee too late, and rounded it out with a cup of tea. just sitting outside on the lawn, in the Adirondacks, enjoying the sunset. And I'm now regretting that decision because, still wide awake. It's way past my bedtime, Luke. Just saying. So I thought, well, hell, I'll
4
just go
hours
live.
past your bedtime.
I'll just go live. Yeah, I mean, the sun went down, Carol, obviously.
I know.
Past
Hey,
my
I
bedtime.
got fucked by 2 different states today.
Well, that's
okay,
something
I need to know more.
that's something you don't hear every day. Do tell.
Oh, sure, huh? Do you remember a few months ago, Doc, when I spent a bunch of money to get my license reinstated?
I do.
Today I went to go get an ID here in Michigan, and they won't take the license.
They what now?
They won't take that license as ID, as a form of ID.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
Proof that I paid money to have my license reinstated, but in a different state, they're saying it doesn't exist. I'm like, what are you saying? That they never issued me that license? Because obviously, if a cop ran it, all that information will come right up. So, what exactly is it? Are you saying Arizona just stole $800 from me?
Ooh.
And why won't you give me an ID since I have a birth certificate, a social security card, a valid driver's license as far as I'm concerned, because I paid to have it reinstated?
Yeah.
Why won't you give me an ID? So I got screwed by Michigan and Arizona today, and I'm like, I don't want to live in either one of them fucking states.
Governor Whitmer, boy, she's a charm, isn't she?
Oh,
Listen, let me tell you a true story. In Georgia, if you want a permanent driver's license and you're a veteran, you can get one. So I said, okay, I'll do that. It was time to renew my license. I went in with my license and my DD-214. Now, Lou, that's your discharge papers.
Yeah.
It tells honorable discharge, when you served, where you served, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
I go in with that, and they said, you need to take your DD-214 to the VA, and they will fill out a form for you to bring back to us, and we'll issue the license. I said, hold on. In order to get the document that I want from you, providing you with proof that I'm a veteran with this document is not good enough. I have to take this document, go get another document, and bring back that document to get the document I came here for. Fuck you. Just give me a regular license.
well, yeah. See, that's the thing. Now I got to go back all the way back to Glendale Community College in the 80 when I got my GED, and hopefully get my school record, my GED record, to send them.
Holy shit.
Um,
And here's two different time frames. Your license here is good, I think, for 8 years at a pop, arbitrary number. Who knows why? One time I went in to renew, they took my license and went, here's your new one, bye. Thank you. The next time I go in, it's fill out these forms. How many refrigerators have you owned in your life? Say your social security number backwards 3 times fast. Spin around.
do the driver's test in reverse.
Yeah, and I'm like, what in the hell changed? Like Pops just said, here's my driver's license. It's still valid at this moment. It's ID.
Yeah.
You issued it.
And now you're telling me it's wrong?
It's not good enough? What do
You need to reinstate it, and now it appears it's not reinstated.
Jeez.
It appears it's absolutely worthless, and that I could have just not sent them $800 and went down here and got me an ID with my GED and my birth certificate. I didn't have to send Arizona $800 to have them screw me.
You're right.
And I didn't need Michigan to screw me today. I needed to get an ID today.
Did you call?
Well, there's no calling the DMV in Phoenix, dude.
I get that.
There's an automated system that has never encountered a problem like this, and I would get run around in so many freaking hell. I got run around, and don't you remember all the shit I went through just to get it reinstated?
I do.
You think I'm gonna go argue with these motherfuckers again, dude? No. I took $800 hit. That's what happened. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, yeah, I would be too. I would be too. But I have learned that Stephen Douglas, when he wrote about the Vogons in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, nailed it. Nailed it. They're just bureaucrats who keep doing the same thing because that's all they know how to do.
And their poetry is awful.
And their poetry is freaking awful. Ode to a green globulous glob I found in my nostril one Sunday morning. Oh my God, yeah. The book is good. The movie was great. This most recent one.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I love that it has absolutely no plot. If you read the book, there's no plot to the book. It's just one madcap thing happening after another.
Yeah.
The scene though in the movie when they finally make it to the computer Deep Thought, and Zaphod People says, "Oh, great Deep Thought, tell us the meaning of light." And Deep Thought says, "No, I don't have that." Blah 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 blah. Zaphod's line that's not in the book that he says, and you have to listen closely. He is now dejected. He is devastated. He says, "Okay, I'll go find something else for my life to be about now." Great line. Sam Rockwell, underrated actor.
Yes, I completely agree. And he did a great job being a Zaphoid People Box.
He did.
Just absolutely awesome. I remember when it was about to come out, people were like kicking off because the BBC did like the mini series version,
Right.
And Zaphoid had like his other head on his shoulder at all times.
Right.
And that in this one, they were like, "Oh, they're not going to do that," and people kicked off. And I thought, no, like I like the way they're doing it, but every now and then it just pops up from his neck, just amazing.
I'll pull your brain out. What is it? I'll pull your heart out through your mouth. What? Must be Thursday. I could never get the hang of Thursdays. Just great writing, great acting. Well done. I need to watch that again. I haven't seen it forever. Pardon me. I got to cough up a lung.
Just one.
Well, yeah. You apparently we need at least one, so the other one, we can dispose of as and when we please.
I wanted to have a bypass valve.
The other lung is a spare.
Yeah, just completely pollute this one, and then just flip a switch, and you're groovy. You're back to fresh.
That's what I used to say about my nostrils. I only used one, and
Wait, what?
Yeah, I only used one, and I figured that by the time it burned out, I'd have a whole other side, a whole fresh one to use. But then I quit using before I ever got to that.
It doesn't really work that way either. Oh my God. Oh Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, but that took me to a dark place.
Stay out of the White House and you won't have to worry about it.
When you go to core school for the Navy to be an IDT, you will attend several autopsies and participate in some. And I'm here to tell you, the little old lady who had drank herself to death and coked herself to death was not a pleasant autopsy to be a part of.
Okay, I can only imagine, but that kind of makes it sound like, but there are pleasant autopsies.
There are very pleasant ones.
Here's one we did of a cat,
Yes.
Look at how fluffy it is. We're going to open it up.
George here died with a smile on his face. Look.
And a lot of Viagra in his system. Can you see why he was happy?
Rigor mortis is a thing. And Lou took it to an even darker and weirder place.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's my job done for this morning then.
Yeah, done and dusted. So I was going to ask you though, Lou, over there in the UK, is it the nation that you have a national driver's license, or is it by county, or?
No, it's a national driver's license.
Okay. And how long are they good for over there?
3 days.
You're speaking to someone who doesn't drive, so I haven't got a clue. I
Ah.
never learnt to drive, never took an interest in driving.
I love it.
I've always been someone who's like, if I can't walk there, it doesn't matter that much. And if
You
it does
are-
matter that much, I'll take a taxi, I'll grab a train, I'll grab a plane, what the fuck ever.
You are a hero, sir. You are a true hero. I have magnitudes of respect for that.
Why, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It means that I get to use my feet a lot. I get to actually step outside and go, wow, birds sing? This is amazing. Whilst everyone else is in traffic going, move out the fucking way.
Yeah,
You know?
birds aren't real. Okay.
No, they're
Oh,
not.
no. They're just cameras, aren't they?
They're drones. They're drones.
Mm.
Government drones.
It's all part of the Matrix.
No, I used to walk a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, not to lean too heavily on the cliche, but this is America. You got to have a car. Everything's 1,000 miles away.
Mhm.
Everything. The corner store takes you an hour to get to at 60 miles an hour. So I guess that makes it 60 miles away. But I remember I lived in Southern California.
Yeah.
And I lived off base while I was stationed out there. And my first week there, someone stole my bicycle, the fucks. So I had to walk everywhere I went.
Yeah.
Unless I was running late, then I would get a cab. And I learned to really enjoy my commute, my walking to and from. I enjoyed it. It made the day much longer, much longer. But you know, I enjoyed it. I didn't like having to step around the Moonies. What is the real name of the Moonies? The guys that in the airports that give you flowers.
Hobos?
No, Lord have mercy, Carol. You got to come down off the mountain once in a while. Anyway, at sunrise, these idiots would sit in their little yellow robes with their bald heads, and they would chant as the sun rose.
The monks?
And yeah, and
the Hare Krishnas.
Yeah, Hare Krishners. Thank you. And I'm stepping through these guys, going, "Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me," because I got somewhere to be. And you're taking up the whole fucking sidewalk. And the Southern gentleman in me, you know, I was, "Excuse me." You know, most people are like, "Get out of the way, hippie."
Just remember, hippies don't like death metal.
That's
Bit of advice. A bit of advice, right?
Another classic scene. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Ace is walking through the nightclub where the death metal band is playing, and he's dancing.
Yeah. Like, that was so legendary because the band was Cannibal Corpse, and at
Yes.
the time, like, you know, they had their following and stuff, but they weren't exactly considered mainstream. And then
Right.
Jim Carrey's like, "I love these guys, they've got to be in the movie," and
Yes.
they were
Yes,
fucking
yes,
fantastic.
yes. And his little cha-cha-cha moving through there while there's classic stuff. Oh my god.
Which Ace Ventura movie was that?
The very first one. Yeah.
The first one?
Mhm.
I watched the movie multiple times. I didn't see that.
Go watch it. It's when he's going to go see the guy to get information about major collectors of fish. And the guy lives, I guess, behind the club, and he has to go through the club to get to him.
Yeah.
Great scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yep. When the girl is paying him for his services, for the love of Pete. That's the stuff. It's the small things.
Oh yeah.
The attention to those moments that need a little punch. That's the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Carol?
I don't.
Is that spider giving you shit again? Is that why you're so
Something was on my
quiet?
neck, and I don't know what it was. I thought it was my hair, but my hair's up in a ponytail right now.
I'll put in a new light bulb in the basement. You should be able to sleep safer.
No, that brings the moths.
Well, it's monster spiders. What do you want?
Okay, new light bulb and a spoon to defend yourself from the moths. Trust me, a spoon is a great weapon with moths. Pop, there you go.
It'll be a rusty spoon, so I can cut Doc with it. It won't kill him right away, but it might
Sorry,
give him
can
an
you can
infection.
you please say that?
Rusty spoon.
I'm going to cut your heart out with a spoon. Why a spoon, cousin? Why not a? Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more. Another great line. Carol, did you just threaten to cut me?
I would never threaten to cut you. It was a
No,
promise.
that's where I was going to go with it.
Oh, that's funny.
Timothy says he will cut us with his remarks. Is that aimed at me, Timothy? Or are you going to cut me? Please don't. I'm fragile. I'm old, as someone pointed out this week.
Must be a tad.
As someone pointed out this week. To my wonderment, to my
Just in
astonishment.
Just in case
Yeah,
you had
they get
never
old.
seen this thing called a mirror, and you weren't aware of it, and you thought, you know what? I'm only 10. I haven't go to the play park.
In fairness, I haven't seen a mirror in years. There's this old guy that keeps getting in the way. Every time I go in there.
Yeah.
It's a fucker. I'm old. Okay. Not only what else did he say? Not only do you write pariah, you are one. And I said, oh, that's cute. Keep trying, Scooter. You might fuck up and say something funny. I'm not that guy. You're not going to get to me the way you get to other people. It doesn't work.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like that's their best attempt.
And it's is it really your marketing strategy? And Pops, I don't want to deep dive on this because I know you're deep in it. But is it really your marketing strategy to come back out of oblivion? Hey, I've got a book, and now I'm going to attack the most popular sweetheart in all of independent comics fandom. And then when everybody dogpiles on you for doing that, you attack everybody else instead of going, I'm sorry. That's your marketing strategy?
Yeah, something tells me they need to go back to like business school, maybe read a book.
What is that book anyway?
It's just a satire. It's a satire of not really of Cyberfrog. because I doubt they bought Cyberfrog. It is just an attack on Ethan. For fuck's sake, if you let me finish the sentence, I'll get there.
Because I did see the I did see the parody cover. I was like, oh, they're gonna get whoever made this, they're gonna get roasted for this.
Yeah.
The one where they putting the Cyberfrog on the robot.
Yeah. On a stripper's lower half. Yeah, Mindy plays nice. Mike attacks people. Then they act like the victims. Exactly. And Timothy says, and then they go away. I've already got blocked by one of them. And I'm kind of honored that's my first block. Yeah, rinse and repeat, Timothy, right?
I don't mind if they come back in 3 years with another book. I just wish that they would do something original and not just try to sell to Ethan's haters. Like what kind of crap is that?
How big a market is that? Original,
make something original, write something, draw something cool that people might want to buy and market to everybody, not just the small niche of people that hate Ethan. That's going to be your fan base. Guess what? Hater fan bases eventually turn on you.
Yeah,
because they're haters.
There's that, and there's also this. We're only here. We're only here for a little while. Is this really what you want to say in life?
But do you understand what I'm saying? That's not their fan base. That's Ethan's haters.
Yes, I understood you. I'm saying even bigger than that is the big picture. We're only here for a short while. Is this really what you want to say to the world?
Oh, they don't care because we're only here for a short while.
We're here for a good time, not a long time, people.
That's right.
I'm here forever. Shut up.
By the way, the shampoo, rinse, repeat. I never understood that. I did it right the first time. Why do I have to repeat it?
Maybe
I mean,
your
seriously.
hair grow back.
Shut
If
up,
my
Carol.
hair's that dirty, I don't think shampoo's gonna do it.
Yeah, shampoo's not the answer at that point. Okay. I mean, imagine if those directions were on, say,
If
your
Doc
laundry,
had been shampooing,
your
rinsing,
laundry
and
detergent.
repeating,
When it says wash your clothes, put in 1 cup of this with each load, and then repeat. Well, then why am I buying your product if I have to repeat it?
now hold
So
up.
buy more of the
If
product.
you would have done the wash, rinse, repeat, you'd have gone bald twice as fast.
I actually didn't go bald. I can grow my hair out.
Sure you can.
I can. It's thin. It's thin, but it's there. It's thin, but it's there.
Challenge.
But the second it receded, one little bit, I went. Never have a bad hair day again, baby.
Hey, he's not wrong.
Now it's
not-
receded to the back of his neck.
Okay, that's kind of like calling me old. I mean, really, that's it. That's your joke.
That was
Speaking
I
of
don't-
hair and jokes, is Rich gonna actually shave himself or wax or whatever?
I keep threatening to do it for him, and for some reason he keeps going, no, 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 no.
Because he'll get turned on if you do it.
Stop it, Carol.
That's what I was hoping for. To be honest with you,
You can't take shots at Rich if he isn't here to
I
squirm.
can take all the shots at Rich. You don't know. Mm.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right, that's enough of that, boys and girls. Listen, when the hairy potato is ready, he'll wax his back. He is a potato of his word.
Yeah, but what if it happens while I'm away?
we'll record it, we'll video it.
act like they don't have YouTube in Australia.
They
You-
might not.
The internet is forever.
Will you just quit acting like you're not going to be able to watch the shows and stuff?
You
Hey,
don't understand.
there's
Okay.
replays.
By the way, I racked my brain to come up with in the world that I have created, the pariah world. It appears to be an amalgam of the 40s, maybe the 30s, a touch of 50s. But they also have the internet. They have computers. They have cell phones. So I was wondering, what would they call it if the words had not been invented, like internet? So they call it the electrosphere, and
Okay.
computers are called the data types because you type into it and it
Yeah.
retrieves data.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of that creative stretch.
You so proud and smart and stuff.
I'm is.
You is. You got that
I'm is.
creative stuff in your brain.
I'm is too smart. Timothy says we'll reenact it for you.
So I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't go back and watch replays. If I don't catch it live, I'm not gonna catch it.
I usually don't either, unless it's like a podcast I want to see
Yeah.
while I'm working or listen to.
Or if it's something really good. that I'm not gonna say names.
Tadpole is sick. I'm sorry you're sick,
Aw.
Tadpole.
Oh,
Poor
man.
tadpole.
It's also past your bedtime. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Yeah, trust me, everything still exists in a few hours' time. I'm in the future, so it's all good. You can go.
That's right.
You can go to bed and know that you will wake up and the world will still be here. Whether it will be
Or-
any good or not, once I'm done with it, I can't promise a thing.
Or you won't wake up, in which case you don't have to worry about it.
I will worry about it.
Poor Carol. The FOMO is real.
You'll even go to the afterlife going, but now I can't see Rich get his back waxed.
Yeah, I just want to hear the screams. I want to make it my ringtone.
Okay, that's actually funny.
And dark, I appreciate it.
What's that?
That she wants screams as her ringtones. I think that's beautifully dark.
That's brilliant. Brilliant. Timothy wants to know what the future is like, Lou.
I hear pie is illegal in the future, and you got to buy it in the black market.
Well, no, not quite. One thing I can tell you is in the future, it's raining. It's the middle of July and it's fucking raining.
But at the same time, Lou, it's England.
Well, yeah, but
It's what you do.
It is. We do it very well. I mean, after about the 14th month of winter, you get a bit tired of it.
Yes, yes.
But then by the 16th month, you just let it happen. You just let it happen. But it's really weird when you got the newspapers all saying like, "This heat wave's atrocious," and I'm like, "Where? Fucking where?"
Now, one of the things I didn't realize when I was growing up, I kid you not, this actually persisted into young adulthood. I didn't realize how far north England is. But if you drag it across on that latitude line, it cruises right through Canada. It hits Alaska.
Yeah.
But you guys are warmer because of the Gulf Stream over there.
Yeah.
So it looks jolly green England, versus the Great White North here. Like where Pops lives in Michigan gets a hell of a lot colder than England does.
Yeah.
So I was deceived. I thought, I'll just, the jolly old Brits, they jumped on the Mayflower, they cruised straight across the Atlantic and ran into Boston. Or wherever the fuck it was, Plymouth Rock. I was wrong, Lou.
Plymouth Rock is really just like a pebble.
Is it really?
It's really not as big as your brain thinks it is. It's not some huge giant landmark. It's really like just a little rock. Like you can make a necklace out of it.
They were creative about naming things. Right? What is this? Rock. Where you from? Where you from, Bob? Plymouth. All right, fine. This is Plymouth Rock. There, Bob. Are you happy?
I got a rock.
But to be fair, Carol, us guys, we do say that things are bigger than what they are. I mean, bear in mind, this is 12 inches. Okay? So are you surprised that we saw a pebble and went, rock? Be glad that we didn't go, you know what? Today's a good day. That is now Plymouth Mountain.
That's right. Hey, JD Kirby, welcome. Glad to have you.
Hey, JD.
JD went after that particular vile person so bad that they blocked him like instantly.
And they thought they still think Dark Gift is JD Kirby.
Yes, they think JD is my publisher, Anthony. And you know what, JD, I would lean into that.
Hey, I can remember when they were calling me Q. So it's like
what is D and Q?
Huh?
What is D and Q? I saw that in that.
Drawn and quartered.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Yeah. So see, that's how out of the loop I am and happy about it. Let me repeat that. I'm happy that I don't know the lore of the history of these drama wars because I don't give a fuck.
I give no shit.
I just don't care.
No, I don't. I see that shit on Twitter all the time, and it just makes me go, why did I even come here to check my messages?
Right. And the other I'll look at it and go,
because I'm in your inbox and you know it.
None of this has ever paid a single bill here at my home. Not one.
Yeah. Why did I look at Twitter? Why did I just look at Twitter? Right now?
It's never bought me a cup of coffee. It's never bought me a pack of smokes.
I said it right at the beginning of that thread that it's costing him money and he's too stupid to know it.
Well,
and it's 2 days later and he's still out there squawking.
4 days later.
No, I mean, since I said he's losing money and he's too stupid to know it. And he's still out there driving away more customers. The longer he drives out.
What I thought was the reprehensible part. I mean, it's all reprehensible, but you're going to attack Fanta, the guy did. But then his wife says, commenting on somebody's clothing is not a personal attack.
Until you
You-
compare it to Antifa, then it's a
You
personal
said she was. You said she was wearing a mask because she's Antifa.
Yeah.
She wears a mask for her privacy while she streams, and it's not a black mask, and she's not out burning down villages. You know,
It is a black mask.
So hold on,
Not
I
burning
just
down
need to try and
villages.
I
Not
just need to
always.
try and figure out the logic here. So if you wear a mask, you're Antifa, right? So does that mean that every Scooby-Doo villain is Antifa?
Was in fact Antifa.
Because if so, I am not very happy with Scooby-Doo anymore.
Well, I would be. They're busting Antifa.
Well, yeah, no, that's
I
a
like
good point. That's a good
Scooby.
point.
But you know, the thing is though, and then the wife just wants to play it off like, oh, he just made a comment about clothing. No, he didn't. You
No.
stupid broad. And you know he didn't, and you're endorsing his behavior.
I've given him a new title, Doc.
Don't say his name on my stream.
I'm not going to say his name. I've given him a new title.
Okay.
He's the head of the Wee Man Ethan Haters Club.
I don't think he's the head of it. I heard a bunch of other people, but yes,
No, he's
JD Kirby says, and I will not read it, but I agree.
that he's the first person that ever tried to tell me CG back. In
Listen,
which case, I had to go out and meet people because I'm a free thinker, and I got to go out and meet some of these people and find out. And yeah, some bad, some good, just like every group. Some bad, some good.
Exactly right. Look, the indie comic book world is a lot like junior high school with all the cliques, and I'm just not that guy. I don't do cliques. I don't do guilt by association. I don't hate this clique and that. It's just whatever, man.
Now, I did give Anthony a great idea, Doc. I'm going to put it in the private chat. I gave Anthony a great idea for a parody book of his own.
I saw it. I saw it.
How did you see it?
It's because I'm in that Twitter thread.
No. I didn't say it in public. I just sent it to his DM.
Okay.
Private chat. Here. Right here, the private chat. Look.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Well, let's just use a little facial, a little
Yeah.
MW facial.
Yeah. But again, to pull it back from the specific to the broader scope, from day one when I came in this community, I saw insane trolls, haters, fighters, drama farmers, all this. But I feel like I've done a good job of kind of keeping the people that I associate with down to just people I like, that are good people. I don't like assholes. Such a simple concept. I don't like assholes.
I know, right? I know. I saw this video recently on a channel called Lad Bible, where they had like a proper old school London gangster with a more modern London gangster, and they're talking to each other. And one of them makes it very clear. He goes, look, if this has taught me anything about life, that it's one simple thing. It doesn't matter about sex, gender, race, religion, politics. All you need to judge someone by is, are they a good person or are they an asshole?
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that.
Exactly, Carol. Learn something, will you?
You should learn something.
I'll let you out of the basement. I'll let you out of the basement when you learn. Please, thank you, and may I.
Never.
Okay? See, that's why you're down there.
Dude, don't let her know there's a way out of the basement. Give some hope. Give some hope.
She thinks she's going on a trip here pretty soon. She doesn't realize
I am leaving in 6 days, and you are
it just
not
takes
gonna
one
stop
phone
me.
call to the State Department, and you're on the no-fly list.
I've got friends in there too, so go ahead, try it.
Hey, Billy, what's up, buddy?
Try it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Yep, I can see it now. She's going to be at the ticket counter, lip trembling. But.
I got a TSA pre-check. I'm good.
But Doc, she's gonna know who did it, and she.
Yeah.
What's she going to do?
Well, now she knows there's a way out of the basement, Doc.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to
she
let
can
her.
do a lot.
I'm
She
gonna
can
let
look
her.
at the door. She can scratch at the door.
I'm gonna let her out so she can go down under, where every 5 feet there's something that can kill you.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, you know.
And if you think the spider in your place, Carol, is big, oh, wait till you get to Australia.
Whew.
Yeah,
They're
well, I've already
massive.
told them that they've got 6 days to clear the country.
Yeah, but
Hi,
like,
Billy.
have you tried herding cats? Because herding spiders is even more difficult, especially
Yep.
when they're the size of cats.
God, I have so many
Right,
freaking cats,
exactly.
and it's so hard to herd them.
Good
All right.
It's like herding
Tadpole.
teenagers.
Tadpole, I hope you feel better, buddy. Take care of yourself.
Feel better, Tadpole.
So, in all seriousness, though, out of the blue, a counselor I worked with for years
Hmm.
and then haven't seen in a couple of years, she contacted me. She did a Luke Stone. She's been in a coma for months with
Holy
COVID.
crap.
And she's just now recovered, and she was calling all her friends because she feels like she's lost in time.
Hmm.
You know, she's trying to catch up with people, and
Find out
there
what's going on in the world.
there were 3 of us that were very close at this one agency that I worked with. One of them died early on with COVID,
Yeah.
and then this one went into a coma, and so I consider myself to be the fortunate one out of the trio.
Hmm.
So
That's a shame. That must be a huge shock to the system.
when you come out of it and you find out you've been out for months, what must that be like? You know,
Hmm.
poor Captain America when he was thawed out of the ice.
Yeah. Yeah. And he must have had like
see,
such
Cat
bad
knew-
morning breath.
Hold up, though.
No
Cat
shit.
knew,
The morning.
Cat knew nobody been fucking with his body while he was out. First thing I'd be wondering about is, all right, who was jacking me off when I was sleeping? Who was doing
You guys.
I liked Lou's take better. That must have been one hell of a case of morning breath. I mean, anybody could have bad breath, but brother, you could knock a buzzard off a shit wagon. Billy says COVID almost killed him. Well, you know, COVID. I got the Omicron. My wife and I got it
Oh,
at
yeah.
the same time. She was vaccinated because her work required it. I worked for me, so my boss didn't require it. We got it at the same time. It lasted the same amount of time. We recovered at the same rate. We had the same severity of symptoms. And the only really severe part was the fatigue. It was, other than that, it was like having a cold. Wow, Billy says COVID almost killed him. The doctor asked if he had his affairs in order. Well, wow, I'm glad you recovered, Billy.
Yeah,
Truly,
damn straight.
truly. Who we got hanging out in the back here? Oh, we got another person from the future.
Who? Oh, God. No.
Hello, sexy.
Hello.
How's it swelling? Hey, how's it
Well,
going?
Carol, you did say his name 3 times.
Fucking Steven with the jokes.
Tell her to put some clothes on, Rich. We saw that.
Shut the fuck up.
It's-
for real.
It's there. It's
How's it
there.
going, Rich?
It's
Good
going
morning,
okay,
Rich.
Steve. How's it going with you?
I'm doing all right.
And good morning. Good morning. We were just talking about you.
All good things, too.
Yeah. Here, Carol.
Carol is going to make you her ringtone.
All of you. Give me a moment.
What?
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Marvel.
I think what Rich is trying to say is, I need coffee.
I think that was his Joe Biden impersonation.
1 second.
There he is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
All right.
Yeah, it's almost 5 here.
Yep.
It
And you're
is.
roboting
morning.
pretty good, Rich.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, it's choppy. Like a bad connection almost.
Anyway,
Carol,
what?
what have you been working on, Carol?
I am working on Artifice, a new page.
Okay. Can I get a sneak peek in
No.
the DMs? In the DMs.
Maybe in the DMs.
Okay. That would be
Ooh,
cool.
you're sliding DMs into a married man's friggin' wow. That's
You know,
scruples.
I roll like that. Art.
Wow. You said that, not me.
I just finished
Art.
coloring a page for them last night, starting another page, and we just had a page meeting with Dillard yesterday for the next page. We
Yeah,
are
how did-
11 pages from being done.
Nice. How did that go?
It was quick. It went well, though.
Good. Yeah, we
Why are you guys up so
Anthony,
late?
Anthony and I had a work day, and we are now exactly halfway through with all the edits and the lettering for Pariah. Probably 2 more sessions of doing that, and we'll go to print.
I want my book
Ooh.
yesterday.
And I'm stoked. I'm up late because I drank coffee and tea too late, Rich. So I'm doing an Insomnia stream.
Yeah. I've done that.
You know,
Where,
yeah,
I would drink coffee at 10 o'clock at night for no apparent reason. And then that's
Yeah.
it. They go sleep for the rest of our lives. Yeah, that's like
until a couple of years ago, it didn't affect me. I could drink coffee till bedtime, go to bed, go right to sleep, wake up at 4:30. Bam, bam, bam. Then, like 2 years ago, somebody flipped a switch. Now I can't have coffee past 6 p.m., which really pisses me off because I crave it constantly.
Is that a metabolism thing?
Constantly. I don't know. That's an old age thing, I guess. Because I found out this week, Rich. I found out this week I'm old.
All right, I gotta go. It's unfortunately right now it's not morning. It's night over here.
Yes, it is. It
I
is.
gotta go to bed.
All right, Rich.
Yeah.
I mean, Stephen B., have a good night, my friend.
Yeah, have a good night, man.
Take care, Steven.
Hello, Crystal. Good to see you.
All right, Crystal.
Crystal,
Hi, Crystal.
I would love to have you pop in if you like. I'll drop the link for you.
Lucifer, it is fucking 5 o'clock in the goddamn morning. How is it you are still the sexiest fucking man alive?
It's just what I do.
Jesus Christ.
It's just what I do.
This man never looks bad. He does not ever look.
He may
not
be
bad.
the suavest man I've ever met.
I can't do this. I will never bring any chick that I no.
Yeah.
No. I would.
Rich, I don't know about you, buddy, but I feel a certain kind of way whenever Lou comes around.
Are you kidding? You know how many times I spanked it before? And
Oh, that was perfect timing for Dillard's skin chart.
Hey, John.
I don't remember.
Hey, John. Good evening to you.
I'm like, I do. I have these strange feelings whenever I'm around Lucifer, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? You know how straight an arrow is? I'm straighter.
Dude, if you feel like that now, then wait until we're at a funeral together, and it will be even worse.
All right, my hand goes. Now, you know how hard it is to type with one hand?
Billy, I've had Black Rifle coffee to answer your question. I haven't had their iced coffee.
Jesus
but remember,
Christ.
again, we've talked about it. I've got Safe House Coffee here, a local roaster, so that's where I
I
go.
like
when I want
Valhalla
to.
Java.
When I go get really good stuff.
I like coffee when I can get it. That's it, really, essentially. Jesus Christ.
John, the link is in the chat if you want to pop in. You're certainly welcome.
Well, I don't know. Can Dillard and Rich be on the same stream together?
Why wouldn't we be?
I don't know that I've ever seen that happen.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That'd be, woo!
Yeah, put him on then. What the fuck? It sounds awesome. Let's rock this shit.
Now, you talk about suave. If I have Dillard and Lou on the same stream, then it's going to...
Hey, Crystal.
Be too much suaveness.
Yes.
No.
Hello, Crystal.
No.
How are you?
Can't do that because if that happens, that's it. Excuse me. You know.
I can just lower the tone some more if you like.
No, don't. Please
excuse
don't.
me, gentlemen. Crystal, check your mic for me. Yep, we're not hearing you.
Yeah, she looks. Yeah, her mic's off.
You're muted right now. So, all right, try it now.
Say
Nope,
words,
not
Crystal.
hearing you.
No, nothing.
Oh boy.
Not hearing you.
Go out and come back in. God, I've heard that before.
So Crystal is the writer
I've heard that
of
so often in my life.
Rich.
What? It's a fucking. It's a. It's
Rich.
Insomnia stream. What? It's like this is like Cinemax. You know?
No, it's nothing like that.
Right, it's like
It is-
Cinemax. You know?
It is absolutely the opposite of that. Holy cow.
No.
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
Don't forget, Rich. I have a secret weapon. When I'm
Oh
around
yeah,
you.
I know you do. I know you do, there, big boy.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Oh,
that one's
okay.
for later.
Phew.
That one's not a secret.
No, it's not.
And we just lost
my
4
God.
viewers. We just lost 4 viewers.
That's what I
Bam.
do. I turn up, I open my mouth, and then that's it. People start going, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I would turn up with my mouth, that's for sure. So, there you go.
Pops, will you let Crystal in? StreamYard's fighting me.
Hey.
Hi, Chris.
There
Hey.
she is.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey,
There you
Crystal.
are.
Hey.
Hey, Crystal,
Good
how you
evening.
doing? Nice to meet you.
Hey,
The
nice
good
to
night.
meet you guys.
Now, Crystal,
Yeah, right.
introduce
Yeah.
yourself to our crowd here. I met you on whose stream was it you were on? You were on with Anthony, I think, weren't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where I met you. So introduce yourself to folks.
Hey guys, I'm a writer and a script doctor. I have a comic out now called The Good Night, and yeah, that's kind of what I do. I do some ghostwriting too for people.
Nice.
Quite a bit
nice,
of that.
Cool.
Nice. Well, welcome.
It is
Glad to have you.
pleasure
This is
to
just
meet you, Miss Crystal.
this is
Yeah.
this is Pops. This is
Oh, I've met Crystal many times.
this
I've
is-
known her since
okay. And
the
this
morning roast, man. I met her
Professor
on-
Rich, and this is our buddy Lou Storm. He's over in jolly old England, and of course
Oh,
Carol's
cool.
Colors.
Hello.
Mhm.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Nice to meet you too.
Pleasure's ours. Pleasure's ours.
And
We're-
just a preemptive apology for Rich. Um,
We're
He's
sorry
ri-
for him.
he's rich.
Yeah, I'm wholly and completely inappropriate every chance I get. So it's just
No worries.
That's just
Thank you.
your default setting, and that's why we. love
it's
you.
my default setting. Yeah, it's like Control Alt Delete, and then all of a sudden I'm this again.
Somebody released him without giving him his meds.
I was released into the wild a long time ago as an experiment. There's no more chupacabras in Connecticut now as a result, but so it's just like.
So,
oh, boy,
Crystal, what part of the you're in the States? What part of the world are you in?
I am in the U.S., Texas specifically, currently. So
Okay,
Nice.
all right.
it must be
Part of
nice,
the Texas
nice
posse out there with
Yep.
our girl
Yeah.
Laurie Calcaterra, Paul Gomez. Who else is out there?
Calcaterra.
Pops?
Andrew Mangum,
Yeah.
Abo Grizz, whole bunch. of
Abo
people out
Grizz,
there.
yeah.
Whole bunch.
Mo and Joe.
So it must be
And
really,
Mo-
it must be really fun. Be building all those snowmen in Texas right now, especially like sleigh riding and stuff, and good old Christmas. shit.
no,
Yeah.
It's a
too
skosh
hot
warm.
for that.
God dragged his balls across Texas yesterday. It was so hot.
It's freezing in Australia, which is fucking hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
not that cold there. It's like 60 freaking degrees.
Really?
Yeah, I've been monitoring the weather for the past year and a half.
When are you
Thinking of
leaving?
that day that you get out of the
when are you leaving for Down Under?
What? I didn't hear you.
When are you leaving for Down Under?
I leave in 6 days.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I was talking to Manny. He said, there's some places in the extreme south where you might get an inch or two of snow, but it doesn't get terribly cold there.
That's incredible.
I've been watching the weather.
and it was like 60 degrees today. But when I was on the phone with him the other day, his dad's like, "Make sure you pack a sweater, a scarf, and some earmuffs." I'm like, "Really?"
Yeah. Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
I live on the top of the mountain where we get 8 feet of snow every day during winter. I know what cold is. That ain't cold.
All we get here, and Crystal, it's probably the same for you in Texas. All we get here is gray, dead, wet yuck.
But that's
That's it.
London.
It does
That's
rain
like
quite a bit.
England.
Yeah.
Lucifer, how many days of that is England?
Oh, good, like 17 months out of the year. Easily.
Easily 17 months out of the damn year. Jesus Christ. No, he's right. He's right. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I live in the UK, Crystal. I moved here about 3 years ago. And
Gotcha.
right now for Lucifer and I, it's 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I look like me. I'm surprised that I'm even dressed. And Lucifer, or bathed in some way. And you look at Lucifer, and you know, you can't help
Just
but
because-
ovulate when you look at him. It's just fucking horrifying.
Listen, Lou's default position is suave, okay? That's just his default. When you reboot the
can
system, that's what you get. So, Crystal, what else have you written? What might I have seen?
So that's the tough part of what I
Ghostwriting?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and script doctoring, because the WGA, in order to get credit, you have to change 33% of the script.
Right.
And almost every time I surpass that, but what happens is that they'll bring somebody else in to edit your stuff, and then they just keep doing it until the guy at the end of the line gets credited
Yeah.
for what you did.
I know 2 other screenwriters that have worked on sitcoms and network shows. They say the exact same thing.
Yep. And it's
Rich,
tough.
mute your
I
mic.
started it
Quiet, I'm not talking.
right out of I started it right out of high school. I actually won a writing competition, and then I went to go work for a company. And I just started doing scripts for this particular one, and then just kind of branched out. And so that's what I do.
Very nice. Very nice.
Cool.
Now, your book, The Good Night.
Mhm.
Who is the rest of your team? I mean, this isn't a shill stream, but I'm just
You're good.
curious.
So Francisco Narde, he does the interior art for the book. He'll be on every single issue.
Mhm.
We also have George Alexopoulos, who's doing the cover for this one.
Mhm.
And Eric Weathers is doing the lettering. And my mom is actually a professional editor, so she's doing the editing for the book.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now, Lou and I, on the other hand, are sadomasochists, and we do almost all of it. No, I wrote, I write, I draw, I ink, and attempt to jump in front of buses on a regular basis for doing all of that. but I don't know, Lou. For me, it's I'm a control freak. I don't trust anybody else to draw my story or write my story because they might say one word that I disagree with, and I'm like, nope, we're going to change that. Yeah, so I
Sorry about that.
I can't let go of that control of it all.
See, I'm not too worried about the control thing whatsoever. It's more a perfectionist side of me. I think it's where I've grown up being raised by a parent with narcissistic personality disorder.
Mhm.
You have to be as perfect as you possibly can.
Right.
That's what they train you to do. There is no such thing as that's okay, that's good enough. It's always, it's never good enough, and you need to be the fucking best thing out there.
Right.
So it just pushes me more and more, even though like I'm so distant from that now. There's still that little voice that's stuck in the
Right.
back of your head that goes, "That's not good enough. You're
Right.
an asshole. You need to get better," kind of thing. So that's why I end up tackling like a lot of the jobs myself.
Right. Right.
But you know, I have learned to let go. But
Yeah.
not
Well,
just that. I've
you've
also
you've got a great artist though that you've got a great symbiotic relationship with too.
yes, and that could have been something that never happened because in the past I've worked with other artists, and unfortunately I've been let down a hell of a lot. There was one artist that I worked with on a book, and they ended up going out there and running up like a lot of debt in my name and stuff, and
Oh
just
my
put
Whoa.
projects into jeopardy. And there was legal action that I had to take against them because of it. So that put me in a place where I was like, I don't want to work with anyone else again. I
Right,
just want to keep
right.
it to myself.
Right.
And
Right.
it took me a long time before I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to work with another artist now.
Right,
And I
right.
went
Yeah.
out there and spoke to people, and most of them went, I am not doing your book. I will get so much hate and backlash that it's not worth it. And then I found a Christian and said,
Right.
okay, we're going to do one about the serial killer Ed Gein. And he was like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
I don't care about the backlash. I care about the paycheck.
Now, you know, you spoke about your parent being narcissist, and I'll never forget my father said something so profound to me. I went to him and I showed him some of my work, and I asked him what he thought of it, and I'll never forget it. He said, "Son, who the fuck are you?
Oh wow.
Why are you in my house?"
Oh dear. Yeah, you get loads of things like that because of a narcissistic parent that is stuck in your head all the time, and they will stick with you until the day you shuffle off the mortal coil.
My dad taught me one thing that stuck with me all my life. He said, question everything and follow the money. And every time I questioned him, I got the back of his hand.
Now, I did learn about boundaries from my father. You know, like don't say no because you'll wake up in a different time zone. For example, when he says go cut the grass, and I said no. When I recovered consciousness the next day,
You woke up and was like, "Why am I in Scotland?"
I went outside and cut the fucking grass. Is what I did. Right then, that's sorted.
I literally told both my parents to fuck off. Especially when they decided to say to me, especially my mother, who asked me because me being a comic book artist, she asked me if I was gay.
Wow,
that's touching.
And if she saw the way you are talking about Lucifer,
oh yeah,
she wouldn't have to ask.
If she wasn't wrong. No, no, it was because I was an artist. You see,
of course,
where I used to live in Staten Island, New York, you know, the bastion of all sorts of everything, all high culture and intelligence, naturally, which is the answer, no. If you weren't working as a police officer or a fireman or a meat cutter or one of those union jobs, you were looked on as less manly than everybody else, and therefore you were gay, especially because I was an artist, you know. And while I was screwing everyone else's girlfriend, you know, who were, you know, they thought I was gay. Especially when my mother decided to say that to me, I told her to F off.
Well, now I'll say a couple of things about that. One is being an artist young will get you laid.
Oh, it does! Oh my god! Holy shit!
The girls would say, "Can you draw my picture?" Yes, I can.
Oh, I have done that so much.
But my dad was a football coach. He was an All-American athlete. He was a football coach. He was the superintendent, headmaster, principal, all these different jobs, you know, high up in education. But the good part about that was he was a pillhead. So by the time I was in high school, he was stoned out of his gourd and didn't know what I was doing. So out the window I went at night, baby.
I gotta make sure I'm situated properly. Oh, there. Trying to
So,
be considerate for the company that is here.
so I understand. I understand. Crystal. So,
Yeah. It's my lady, by the way.
okay.
That's my lady.
Crystal's your lady.
You
I was
know,
confused.
person that's here is
Oh,
my lady.
get
So,
Rich, get a haircut, will you?
Yeah, seriously.
get hair.
I have
What?
hair.
What?
Get hair.
The attack of the obvious again, Lou.
Throwing around factual statements as if they're insults. There's nothing better.
You're old.
Yeah, you're old.
Yeah, well,
Imagine-
you're a
Imagine my surprise.
I'm surprised they still have hair. I'm surprised they still have hair, but most of my family is straight bald and the ugly kind of bald. You're like the handsome bald. You have like a magnificent dome. That shit can deflect bullets. You know, or stop.
Let me
Yeah.
let me tell you,
know?
my son thought it would be funny to make all the ball jokes when he had long blonde hair. I hung on to my hair till I turned 50. He lost his before he hit 30.
Nice.
I never let him forget it. I never cut him any slack.
Mhm.
What's up, Chrome Dome? You better hurry up and get married before that thing wrinkles up.
My uncle Pasquale, my uncle John, my uncle George, all of them straight up ugliest 70s bald that you can think of. Like you try that desperate comb over thing.
Oh,
No,
my God.
no.
Oh, not a good look.
Oh God, it's like you have
Just
these
shave
two
it.
big exactly, yeah, these two big tufts of hair. It looks like Princess Leia, and then you have like these 5 or 6 strands that the guy is doing everything he can, look in the mirror to make sure that it covers maybe 10% of the skin, and then he's like, "Yeah, I look fucking good."
Yeah, no, Guido, you don't.
You know, it's like,
No, Guido,
no,
it's not a good look.
no.
I
You're
go
just-
bald on top. I'm just gonna dye the rest of it blue and pull it up like crumbs.
You're all you're doing at that point is diffusing the light a little bit. You know,
Yeah, a little bit.
you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody there, Guido.
Surprised I have
Come
this.
on. Hey, Fat
I'm
Tony,
losing it a little bit in the
why
back of
you
my hair,
doing that
so I'm like,
comb over? I don't
Yeah, I
know,
know.
Fat Jimmy.
half the people in my family are named Tony.
Yeah, Fat Tony.
You know?
Yeah, Fat
Yeah, I
Jimmy.
know.
What's up?
Yeah, my
Little
my,
Anthony. Little Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah, there's a little Anthony there too. It's definitely a little Anthony, especially when he's standing next to his wife.
You know,
Jesus Christ.
we don't
Years.
have that
Number
great
10.
cultural thing going on in my family. We're just kind of like, you know, we don't have the Italian or the Irish, or we're just
Thank
kind of
God.
like, we're just kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? White trash. That's the word I'm looking for.
Well, be happy you don't have that Italian blood in you, because it's so irrational and it's so played out. And the moment that anyone decides to say that decides to pretend that they're Italian, they decide to become more Italian for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, how you do it with the fucking sticks?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
or smack him in the fucking face. It's just
The stereotypes.
Ginzo bastard.
Everybody hates stereotypes because they suck, and
Well, they're also funny.
Also because they're true sometimes. Kiss my agreeance.
Oh God, I used to love that show. Oh man, I used to love that fucking show.
I hated that show because none of the women were sexy on there. I'm sorry, they were just.
That's not true. I would have done it with what the fuck was her name? Who was the one?
You-
Not
you'd
Alex.
have done
Not
it with
Flo.
all
Who
of
was the other one? Who was the
Vera.
lead one? Oh,
Vera.
I would have banged her. Oh my God.
I know you would have, but you'd have hit
Torn that
Flo.
up.
Okay, you'd have hit Flo.
I wouldn't hit.
All
No,
right.
I wouldn't hit Flo.
You'd
I
have hit
wouldn't-
Flo.
Yeah, I wouldn't get past that beehive hairdo thing. I'd probably
She just
suffocate from all the chlorofluorocarbons from all the hairspray she used to keep
kiss my
that shit up.
grits.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the
Oh, Gene
stereotypes.
Castle era. I remember all that shit too, man. I'm not that much younger than you are, Doc.
Yeah, you are.
Even though I'm
The,
sexy as fuck.
The
That's debatable.
it's shake and bake, and I helped. Any now, see,
Love
none
that
of you except
commercial.
Pops is old enough to remember that commercial.
I remember that commercial.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
And I hate
I'm not even sure how you would spell helped. Spell that. It was like
HNYELPED.
mhm. I was when I was a corpsman on Paris Island, I was going outside of sick call, and the recruits are sitting on the benches, and you're triaging. You go through. What are you here for? What are you here for? What are you here for? I get this one, and I go, "What are you here for?" And he goes, "Said this recruit's arm hurts." I said, "Your what?" "This recruit's arm hurts." I said, "What the fuck is an arm? Spell that." And he said, AIM. I said, AIM is aim. When you can pronounce it, I'll come back to you. Arm.
Was he from Boston or something like that?
I guess. This recruit's arm hurts. Arm. What the fuck is an arm?
It's not that much worse than AWM. AWM.
You drop it
Is
in
it
your eyes.
wash or wash?
I can't stand that one either. Wash. Listen, I'm going to run through these, okay? It's not these ones, okay? You don't say these ones. These is all you have to say.
These ones.
I don't know where that idiocy came from, but I hate it. These ones. These ones are different. You mean these are different?
Those ones are different.
Not those ones.
How about irregardless? Irregardless is not a fucking word.
That one is stupid. And like Carol just said, wash. It ain't wash. There's no R in there. What the
There's no
fuck
R
is
in
wrong
there.
with you?
How do you people fucking do shit like that? Unbelievable.
Do you go across the street or across the street?
There's no
across. Across.
I've heard that one too.
No, not across the street. Across the fucking street.
And and older Southern women here
the word "fuck" is a preposition.
Will say the men's met in the back, not the men. The men's. What the fuck? And then the Yankees up there in Pop's part of the world, we're going to go out and get some beers. It's not beers. It's just beer.
Yeah. You're talking about individual bottles.
Beers. We're going to have some beers.
I can't comment. I come from the country where we put the letter U in the word color and we say aluminium instead of aluminum. So I can't say shit on
Well, you know, that's okay because I'm still convinced that the word cinnamon is actually cinuminium.
What in the fuck?
And I still say spaghetti should just be sketty.
Yeah.
Don't even put whoever fucking said that my person. How dare you?
Sketty. Period. Sketty.
That gets you evicted from my fucking dinner table. You ever say that shit? You will never say sketty. I'm like, oh man. Oh.
Rich, I thought about you the other day when I made spaghetti.
Really?
And
thank you.
I broke the noodles and dropped them in the pot.
You cunt.
You monster. Did you ever break the noodles and it cut your hand?
Don't, Carol, shut up. Carol.
No.
What did you say? Both of you rednecks. Stop now.
Well, what we do, Rich, is we make sketty and then we deep fry it. Because this is the South, we deep fry everything. Deep fried moon pie.
Deep fried Oreos, dude.
Yeah, deep fried Oreos, deep fried pickles.
Gross. But they're
deep
yummy.
fried ice cream.
Yes.
Deep fried fucking ice cream.
Yeah, how the fuck do you how do you do that? No. I was told that it's frozen like nitrogen, frozen like 0 Kelvin.
Yeah.
And then you fry it and then you dip it in a batter, then you fry it.
Flash fry it.
Yeah, exactly. And then for some inexplicable reason, it comes out perfect. It's like, how the hell is that possible?
Imagine my surprise. It's like,
I know,
what? Yeah, Timothy says deep fried butter. Yeah.
That just sounds like a healthy snack, if you ask me.
You know,
It's not. It's very healthy, especially the turkey legs. Oh God, Doc? Have you ever been to the North Carolina State Fair?
no, I have not.
Okay, it's like every single thing on the menu is fried, even the cotton candy.
Oh,
Honestly,
absolutely. Absolutely.
you
That's
know,
a Southern
and
thing.
they have turkey legs the size of like 10-year-old children's legs. You know, honestly, it's like if you notice there's a bunch of children missing, and all of a sudden you're like, Diane, where are them kids at? Yum yum yum. Just like
Mommy, my leg's gone.
my legs gone. Mama, why do I have
Somebody
to
left
sit
it
in
at
this
home.
chair?
Deep fried butter with a side of death.
Oh God. Bathed in bacon fat.
We'll either fry it or we put it in the smoker, whatever it
Oh
is.
God.
And I have this to
Smoker I
say
can deal
about
with.
that. I was
Oh.
I was in my 50s before I had my first smoked turkey.
Way back
And
when.
it made me angry about all the times I had turkey before that. Because this is obviously the way it was meant to be done. Now, the beef I have with over there, Rich, and surely you've encountered this.
What?
Those cookies that they call biscuits are not biscuits.
It's a different word. It's just a different word. That's really all
No,
it
no,
is.
no,
Like,
no, 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 no. Cookies are not biscuits, and biscuits are not cookies.
coming
A
from the woman who
biscuit-
says "wash," I don't want to hear your shit.
I don't
Stop.
say wash. I say wash, and I say water and not water.
Okay, that was funnier than it should have been. I
I know how to speak it.
I watched
Dude,
UK
dummy
children. I watched a video. UK children try Southern food, American Southern
Oh
food,
God.
and they had biscuits and gravy. And they told the kids you're going to have biscuits and gravy. They called it scones with sauce.
Ew.
Because gravy to them is brown gravy,
Yeah, brown sauce.
That's
right.
the white sausage gravy. And they thought the biscuits were scones, but then they ate it and they were like, I want to move to America. Because, we eat good in the South, boy. I'm just going to tell you.
God. What I find pleasing is the different varieties of barbecue as you go through the states.
Yeah.
Like in North Carolina, the barbecue there is vinegar based.
And in South Carolina, it's mustard based.
Yeah, but each one is so goddamn fantastic.
Yeah, but understand this, okay? This is a problem that we here in Georgia have with everybody else, except Hawaiians, because they get this. Barbecue means pig. You can have barbecue flavored chicken or cow.
Yeah.
But barbecue means pig.
Yeah, it means pig. And it's like, yeah, you can't do that with chicken. You can't do that with meat. You just can't. You can't do a regular beef.
I barbecued a brisket. Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's more of an. Do you think that's more of an incorrect pronunciation or terminology than anything else?
No, that's my understanding.
Is that actually a barbecue thing that some people say? Because that's not barbecue. Barbecue is pig. You're correct.
Yes, I'm aware. And there's Texas swears to God it's all about the beef. You got to barbecue the beef. No, you're smoking beef or you're putting some sauce on beef. It ain't barbecue.
That's right. Smoke the beef, barbecue the pig.
But I judge barbecue places not by how well they smoke the meat, because any decent barbecue place will smoke the meat good. I judge them by their Brunswick stew. If your Brunswick stew is not on point, I ain't even going to try your barbecue.
I am getting one hell of an education here, because where I am, barbecue means set a fire, get drunk.
Yes.
Like someone mentions meat, but it doesn't actually exist there. It's still in the store. We just set fire to something. We consume our own body weight in as much alcohol as possible,
Right.
until we either A, fall over, B, vomit, or C, both.
Now, I've got to ask this, Lou and Rich, both of you. I'm curious. Is the beer that's on tap over there, is it really room temperature or is it cold?
No, it's usually cold.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
half
go
and
to
half.
a shitty dive bar, it might be room temperature, and you can't guarantee that it's beer.
Okay. But what about like if you go to the
kind of
pub
half and half.
and you get a dark ale, is that going to be room temperature or is that cold?
No, it should be cold.
That's cold.
Good,
That's
man.
cold.
Good. See, that's comforting to me. I'm glad
That's
to know
cold.
that.
Like I said, if you go to a dive bar, it might be room temperature. But chances are, you would have walked in, you would have seen the guy that sat at the end of the bar talking to himself in a language that's never been heard of before, going, and then you'll think, no, I'll go somewhere else.
Yes, I'm out. Peace. When you walk into a dive joint here, the music stops, you hear flies and crickets, and just turn around and walk the fuck out. You're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
See here, like you walk into a dive bar and the music doesn't stop. People look at you and just go, and then they carry on drinking. You normally see some guy walking across the dance floor who's got a tower of vodka shots higher than himself, right? And then you go, right, I'm going to leave. And you can't, because your feet are stuck to the floor. And you look at the floor and you realize, oh, the carpet isn't black. There is no carpet.
That's just Tuesday in Atlanta.
The last dive bar I went to, it was called the Spread Eagle.
Oh, sweet Jesus, no.
Oh, Carol, that's amazing, because I went to a dive bar once here and it was called the Fawcett Inn.
Wow.
Which was amazing. I will never forget that, because I spent hours giggling like a small schoolgirl that had just seen something that they shouldn't, but they were glad they did. And I just thought, I'm going to put that in a book somewhere. Somewhere, I'm going to write a book, and I'm going to be like, and here's the Fawcett Inn.
I got nothing.
Wow.
I got nothing.
The fuzz.
It was in New Jersey. Maybe Anthony's been there.
Yeah. Anthony will occasionally slip into either his Jersey accent or he's originally from Long Island. One of the two.
Dina was in there too. She liked getting the forced it in. I tell you, she liked getting it in there like that. She liked going to force it in. And her cousin Dina too.
Yeah, his cousin Dina. Christ, Phil, will you shut up? You bitch more than Vera.
Oh God, dude. At one point, half the girls in Staten Island were called Dina. You know, like Dino, the fucking the Stegosaurus pet in Flintstones, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The feminine version of that Dina with an A at the end was named with half the girls in fucking Staten Island from like the mid '80s to the early '90s. Because
I was married to a Dina.
Oh, you poor thing.
It was a nightmare.
Oh God. No, really?
Yeah, it was.
What were you thinking?
It was. My son asked me the same thing 5 minutes after I married her.
Oh God,
Dad, what were you thinking? I don't think I was, son.
you want to know? Oh, you're gonna love this one. And even my ex-wife doesn't even know this. When I got married before to Sally, 5 minutes. I shit you not. And Sally doesn't even know this, and I wish I told her. I go like this. Like, this is when I actually cared about her. I was like, I'll be the best husband I could possibly be, which was a lie, but still, because she didn't deserve it. But I go, I'll be the best husband I can be. I'll prove my worth to her, bullshit, whatever. And she goes, that's nice of you to say, but do you think she's good enough for you? And I'm like,
huh?
Yeah.
I was like,
that's something
wait.
to think about.
My
you didn't tell me this before?
My soon-to-be stepdaughter, who was 30 at the time, said, "Oh, I wish you'd have talked to me before you did this."
Oh wow!
Oh, that's there's that, and also after we split up, everybody came out of the woodwork. Oh, I fucking hated her. She's a
Yeah.
pig. She's a piece of shit. She
They-
said, I'm
And
like,
why don't they say that
where the fuck?
before?
Why didn't you
Right.
say that before?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, Crystal, local dive bars there. You walk into a bar,
Okay.
and the way that you know you have entered a bad place is what?
Hmm. That's hard to say because I've been in a lot of crazy places.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in the Air National Guard for a while, so
Uh-huh.
God bless. Good for you.
I was
Thank
all
you for serving.
around
Right.
for a minute. But
I have
I
plenty of
think like the weirdest, like one that I've gone to, and it wasn't like weird in a bad way. It was just like weird in an odd way. But it's
Okay.
like an Irish pub, and
Mhm.
I love going to Irish pubs.
Mm-hmm.
And my family loves making like traditional like Irish dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went there, and the guy that owns it, I guess people go there to watch him spurg and freak out. So they'll mess with him, and he has like the thickest Irish accent that
Oh, great.
literally that I've ever heard. And so they'll say, "Oh, like this is undercooked," and he's like freaking.
Entertainment's where you find it.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you ever really want to have some fun, um, all across the South, and that's from coast to coast, there exists a chain of 24-hour a day breakfast places called Waffle House.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Oh
hear
no,
this.
not dude.
Hear,
Fucking
hear
hell,
me.
Rich, calm down.
Dangerous.
Hear me.
I went to a Waffle House literally in Florida.
Yeah, hear
And
me. Oh, go
it
ahead.
was so messed up. I went there with my mom. It was like 4 a.m. We were trying to close like this house sale. And we're just kind of waiting to sign the paperwork to kind of, get the deal rolling to get that money coming and whatnot. And
Mhm.
we went there and literally we sat down and chairs started flying.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
no
Yes.
joke. No
Yes.
joke.
Now, FEMA literally uses, I kid you not, look it up, the Waffle House disaster index.
Yeah,
If
I've heard about that.
if a Waffle House is open, everything's cool. If a Waffle House has the front door chained open because they lost power but they're still grilling, it's condition yellow. If a Waffle House is closed, the world has fucking ended. It's red. It's code red because they
That's
never
so
closed.
Looking this
ridiculous.
up now.
They bury the keys to the restaurant in the cement in the front entrance because it never
That's a
closes.
troll. No way, dude.
It's absolutely true.
No way.
But if you ever want to have fun, Lou, you come to the States.
Yeah.
Friday night, you go to a Waffle House about the time the bars are closing.
Oh my God, it's a true thing.
You sit in the
Holy
back.
fuck.
I told you it's true. You sit in the back with
Yeah.
a cup of coffee and stand by because they're coming in. Every drunk, redneck, power drinking 30-year-old, skank, nasty, gutter trash people are going to come walking in the door. And they will put on a show for you, and a fight will break out. And nobody will manage to hit anybody because they're too drunk. But if you saw that most recent one on YouTube where the guy throws the aluminum chair across the counter and the waitress just catches it, puts
Yes.
it down, that's
Yeah.
real. That's real.
It's
That
awesome.
happens.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. That was the greatest thing ever. She caught that like a fucking super fan.
Guy
But
came
she's
into
done
the,
it before.
yeah, a guy came
Yeah.
in up here. Guy came in
Deadly.
up here and was
She was
going to rob
she was
this
from
Waffle
Mossad or
House.
something.
This guy was going to rob the Waffle House with a gun.
Mhm.
The grill cook on duty is always the manager. Took a hot egg pan, cast iron pan about that big around.
Mhm.
Didn't miss a beat. Guy pulled a gun. He just swung it around with the hot grease and splattered him right across the head. Like that scene,
Oh,
like
it's
that scene from
Rorschach.
The Watchmen. Yeah.
Yeah, holy fuck, that's awesome.
And went back to cooking.
Holy shit! I'm. This is fascinating. The fucking.
This is why. This is why
Go ahead.
people watching is one of the best hobbies ever, especially if you're in like a dive bar. Like I went to one, this is going back many years ago. I went to one with a friend, and it was one of these big places where you have like you walk through the door, there's a bar straight in front of you, and then you got a dance floor, and that's got its own separate bar. So we went in, we got a couple of drinks, we were walking around talking to people, we went to the dance floor, and I was like, hey, you want to dance, you go dance. I'm not a dancer, I hold the bar up. So I was at the bar just drinking away on some cheap beer, or at least I hope it was beer. And he was on the dance floor and he's doing his thing, he's doing his moves, and this nice lady comes up to him, they start dancing together and stuff, and things are getting hot and heavy, and he's like, hey, wait there. And he comes up to me at the bar and he's like, dude, I'm about to score, have you seen that chick? And I'm like, good for you, man, good for you. You carry on dancing, don't talk to me, grab your drink and go. So he grabs a drink, he fucks off there, and I watch him and he's dancing away, and then I see this guy on the other side of the dance floor and he's clocked them. And he is not happy. And he is pushing people aside, like, get out of the way. And as he gets to them, right, he gets right behind the girl, looks my friend in the eyes. And this is the split second when the music stopped so the DJ could change songs. He tapped the girl on the shoulders. She turned around, and all you could hear in that moment of silence is, for fuck's sake, Mum, you always do this to me. And then he stormed off. It was amazing.
Wow.
Oh my God, I loved it. I loved it.
I was going to say, somebody put Give Me 3 Steps by Leonard Skinner on, because we're about to have a scene.
We had a scene, but not that kind of scene.
Wait a minute, mister. I didn't even kiss her. I want no trouble with you. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to wrap this thing up. It's been 2.5 hours. It's past my bedtime.
No worries.
So, thanks, Pops, Rich,
whatever, bye.
Crystal, Carol, and Lou. Thank you guys for coming out. Chat.
Good.
You guys rock.
Bye.
Are you